Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is my favorite movie of all time. You wanna know why? Because it's a sequel to Shrek, and it's so amazing. I mean, oh my god, like the one part where like Shrek turns into human, like, oh! I mean, it's got a great story, you know, I mean, it sets itself up for Shrek 3, which, I mean, it's not my favorite movie, but I mean, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Wait. Wait. What do you mean we're talking about Destiny 2 Witch Queen? What do you mean we're talking about... We're not talking about Shrek 2? Oh, you motherfuck...
Oh my god!
When Destiny 2 launched in 2017 after Destiny's conclusion with the Rise of Iron expansion, it felt as though Destiny 2 had a bit of weakness to it when revamping its entire system, throwing out old content in place of new content. Unfortunately for Destiny 2, its old expansions weren't spared from the same fate, and the first two expansions, along with the popular Forsaken DLC killing off Nathan Fillion, who played the ever-so-glorious Cade 6, were vaulted and have no plans to be unvaulted as of this moment. To make room for what I was about to play, I cut Destiny 2 out of my game cycle due to the constant grinds that the game had me constantly engage in. Spending countless hours only to be met with little hints of progress weren't really cutting it for me, so I put the game down and refused to return to it for about a year. However, when I heard about the brand new expansion that was coming after Beyond Light, introducing a whole new campaign as well as a plethora of brand new content that would change the game entirely, I decided that after quitting Final Fantasy XIV that I would give Destiny 2 one more shot, as not only for the nostalgia factor, but I needed another game to screw around with in my free time. Needless to say, despite the fact that I was absent for some parts of the changing story due to the seasonal storyline branching the major expansions between each other, I found that Destiny 2 Witch Queen was exactly what the game needed. And not only what the game needed, but what the franchise needed. Past the Taken King expansion in 2015, Witch Queen breathes new life into the game that I hadn't seen since I stopped playing, and it's perfect enough for me to want to talk about it. The story takes place after Season 15 of Destiny 2, and if you ask me what Season 15 was about, I would shake my head and laugh, because that season was shit. But if you don't know, let me give you a fun little rundown in case you're brand new to the game, and I'll put it in basic terms because if I were to explain it generally, I would probably lose you. Basically, needless to say, I found the story to be quite enjoyable, and even with the difficulty I first faced it on, which was diving into the deep end without any swimming lessons, I found that getting to learn about the story as well as figuring out the truth that Savathun is so inclined for you to learn was actually kind of fun. There was a lot of moments in the story that, while I didn't understand, I found it easy to pick up as the game went along, as well as my past knowledge of the previous expansions as well as the first game. Overall, for future expansions, this should really be the basis for what Bungie focuses on in terms of its expansions. In short, I just wish that the other expansions were as good as this story. Getting into the gameplay aspect, there's a lot of new mechanics to learn and new features that have been added. The biggest thing added to the expansion was a weapons crafting system, and honestly the UI for it, as well as the what it looks like, it actually looks pretty cool. It's honestly actually a really cool part of the game. Apart from that, the Lucent Hive, which is like the Hive, but now they have the light just like us, are a brilliant addition to the game with this expansion. While the game had introduced Hive as one of the main core enemies of the original game, the Lucent Brood acts as an entirely new form of getting, well, killed if possible, from casting the same abilities that you perform by using the light to being accidentally resurrected when you least expect it, or well, not accidentally, but more or less they can get resurrected. And this all happens, but you can stop this by killing their ghosts. Now, one of the biggest changes that comes with Destiny 2 Witch Queen is a subclass known as Void, with the introduction of Void 3.0, adding a lot of brand new changes to the spectrum of how it's done. Void 3.0 now actually has it so that you do way more damage in the field as well as more chaos as well. It's a cool part of the expansion, And honestly, it's just a cool part of the game in general. And with it, it adds a lot of new functionality to the gameplay, and it's a really cool part of the game. So in conclusion, while there was a lot in this game, and I can't actually explain all of it because of spoilers, and I don't want to do that, I will say that this is probably one of the greatest pieces of content that Bungie has put out since Destiny first launched in 2014. Its campaign and its story are amazing, and hell, even damn near perfect at that. Its settings, in which establishing a sense of dread as well as a beautiful skybox, to its level design, which honestly is a hell of a strong point about the game. And unfortunately, I can't say much for the PvP because every Destiny player has complained about the PvP. Literally, this was the one expansion that had made me seriously excited about Destiny again. And that says a lot since I stopped playing it probably back in like 2021. What I suggest is go try Destiny 2. While this isn't part of the review, Destiny 2 is free to play, and if you do like it, you can actually buy the Witch Queen expansion, which is currently out right now. That's it from me. Wait, what the hell?
Joe,
Yeah?
did you kill Nick?
What are you talking about?
Did you kill Nick?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw the video. I know what you did.
Okay, so what? Maybe I did kill Nick. What's it to you? Huh? It's not like it's the end of the world or something like that.
Yeah, we got him.